everyone, welcome back to IT Samurai Teacher YouTube channel. My name is Shihab Abdul. Today I'm going to set up firewall with GUFW GUI tool on Raspberry Pi 5. GUFW, which stands for Graphical Uncomplicated Firewall, is a user-friendly interface for managing UFW uncomplicated firewall in Linux, including on Raspberry Pi. Okay, before we jump into the firewall configurations, let's make a plan and understand what we are going to accomplish. I'm going to draw a basic network diagram for you to understand. So let's see, we have our cloud. Okay, so this is internet. So this is the home network. Okay, this will be our home network, and for internet we normally our home connect a router or modem, everything's stamped together. So this is ISP, your ISP router, and from there we connect our local area network, our PC, and our Raspberry Pi 5. So we have Pi 5. So normally in the router we connect all our equipment like mobile phones and everything. Okay. Now the router ISP comes with a basic firewall. Okay, so they have a firewall. It's a basic. So the majority of ISP internet service provider routers have a built-in firewall that is by default turned on. This firewall protects your home network from unauthorized access from the internet. And what about the Raspberry Pi firewall? So let's see if we install a firewall, right? So this is going to be a advanced. Okay, so this is a basic firewall from the ISP. Now we're going to install a firewall. It's going to be like an advanced. So you can also install firewall on your Raspberry Pi 5 or any version to further protect it from unauthorized access from the cloud or from anywhere you go. This can be done by installing a firewall software package such as I'm going to give you a list. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to use actually so let's do this. I'm going to use one. We're going to use UFW and GUFW, which is the firewall. In a bit I'm going to explain. And another one is called IP tables. IP tables. The third one we have PF. Fourth one we have Firewall T. Fifth one we have Open PST. Okay, so let me give a quick description about all this firewall, right? So I'm going to give you a brief description about all this firewall. Let's open my firewall options that I have saved. Okay, so let me put this in a side. You can see. So now let's talk about this. Okay, You can see a UFW, a GUFW. So UFW is a uncomplicated firewall. UFW is a lightweight firewall that easy to use and configure. It is good choice for Raspberry Pi users who are not familiar with the firewalls. Okay, so like this is going to be a user friendly. This is the one we're going to cover on this video. We're going to use this one. Okay, how about the IP tables? You can see IP tables, flexible and powerful, can be difficult to configure. So IP table is a more advanced firewall that provides more fine-grained control over the network traffic. IP table is a good choice for Raspberry Pi users who need more control over their firewall settings. So this is more powerful and can be difficult. Okay, how about the PF? So PF is similar to IP tables but easier to use, not as well as supported as IP table. So PF is a packet filter. PF is a firewall that is similar to IP tables. It's a good choice for Raspberry Pi users who are familiar with the BSD firewalls. Okay, how about the Firewall D? Firewall is a system-based firewall that easy to manage. Is a good choice for Raspberry Pi users who are using system MD-based operating system. Okay. How about OpenBSD? So OpenBSD is a high-performance firewall that is known for its security and flexibility. It is a good choice for Raspberry Pi users who need a very secure firewall. Now, I'm going to minimize this. Actually, minimize this. I'm going to do some. So we're not going to do any of these stuff, but I am was thinking to create a separate videos about all these firewalls, how to install and how to configure. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to do in my upcoming videos. Okay, let's go ahead and install UFW first. Okay, I'm going to show you both how to install. So we open command prompt and I'm going to actually hide this. So we have clear picture what we're going to do now. First of all, we're going to use sudo update, actually sudo apt update, and after that we use sudo apt upgrade. Is good to update all the time your Raspberry Pi system, so you will get all the latest fixes. It's a good practice to update your Raspberry Pi. These are security is the most important thing to your system, so that's why we also going to install our firewall. Now we're going to install UFW firewall. Normally we use sudo apt install UFW. So now we install the UFW. Actually this is already installed. If you're doing the first time, you will see a lot of package install. Now after installation we use sudo. Normally after install UFW is disabled by default. So to enable, we normally use sudo UFW enable. Firewall is active and enable on your system startup. So this will start the UFW service and apply any rules that you are defined. How about to check the UFW status? So normally to verify the UFW is installed and running, you can check its status with sudo UFW status. Now you can say I have few rules. Okay, we're going to talk about all these rules later. So this command sudo UFW status will show you the status of UFW and any rules that are currently inactive. So you can see these are rules that are active. Remember, when you enable UFW for the first time, make sure to set up your firewall rules such as allowing SSH if you are accessing your Raspberry Pi remotely to avoid losing access to your devices. UFW is designed to be user friendly, but it's important to understand the basic of firewall rules when configuring it. Okay. Now we install the UFW, and next is we're going to show you how to install the GUFW. And normally there's two ways you can install, from the command line or from added remove software. So I'm going to show you in here because we already installed the UFW from there. So GUFW. So if you search from here GUFW, you will get like this, and if you double click you will get installed, but I already installed. Okay, so that's why if I double click it will ask me to remove. You can see the icon. So I already installed this one. So normally if you're doing the first time, you normally double click and you will get a check mark and just click apply. It will install everything. Okay, now I hope you install this one. Now when you go to preferences, you'll see the firewall configuration. If you click firewall configuration, ask you to enter your password. After you enter your password, okay, now the firewall, normally when you open you will get a getting started guide. Okay, there's another tabs like rules, report, log. Okay, so normally when you open it's normal like this, and also as you now it changed, normally it's coming from home, and normally when you open or install it's disable. It's a toggle button, so normally you need to click on. So you can see status change. In here you have profile like home, office, public. If you want to go public, just click the public and home, or you can create your new profile in here. So if you go to preferences, so you can see these are logging and this is the profiles. So you can create anything you want. So if you want to delete, you can delete, or you can create one, or if you want to rename, you can rename it. Okay, so it's very easy. It's like a basic one. So I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to use my test profile. So normally think this is your home profile. You can see incoming deny, reject, allow, outgoing allow, and we're going to click the rules now. In here rule, you can see 22 allow. This is my SSH port, I allow, and also 3389 my excuse me, RDP port allow. So if I write down a diagram, so what happened in here is, so so think that this is my cloud. Okay, WW, and my router R1, and my computers PC. So this is my Windows 11 box. This is my Windows 11. Now I have my Raspberry Pi 5 with firewall install, right? So now the PC, the 22, is a SSH connection, right? So it's this one. Try to connect to my firewall, right? So SSH, so port 22. So port 22. Now I'm going to show you from my command, open my Windows command. Let me cmd oops, going to use over here. So I open my actual computer in here, Windows 11 box. I'm going to see clear, okay, and I'm going to use ipconfig and trying to find out the IP address. So 192.168.63. so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write it down, PC IP address actually. So this IP address is this is you know what, why should different color. So I have 192.168 86 and 183. okay, so this is the IP address for my PC. The IP address for my Raspberry Pi is 192.168 86. Is that 43? Let me check again. Let me check my IP address here. Is 64. Okay, it's actually 64. You know what? I don't know. Let me erase this. I'm going to erase this one and 64. Let me open my command prompt so you can see 64. Now I'm going to SSH from my machine. Now I'm going to use SSH and I'm going to use my PI5, my username and IP address of the Raspberry Pi. So I'm going to use 192.168 86 64. Can get the password. If I enter, you can see I am able to access. So it was successful, right? So now you can see what about if I want to deny this. So it's a good view. So I want to deny this, right? Now we allow. Now you will see there's a 2. So what is this 2 things? So this is normally TCP IP address, excuse me, IP version 4 address, and this is IP version 6 address. Remember the IP version 4 is going away in the future, so that's we're going to use IP version 6. So it automatically pop up allowing IP version 6 addresses. Now if you want to deny, we normally, you can see in here, we normally plus sign. If you click plus sign, you will get a list like pre-configured, simple, advanced. Let's talk about pre-configured. So normally what need to do, we're going to click deny and we're going to say maybe in, because in is that the PC try to SSH the firewall, right? That's a in. So in category, I'm going to use network because SSH is in the network stuff. Subcategory, I'm going to say all application. Let me, you can search from here. Yes, so you can search from here, so it automatically pop up here. So because network or SSH one we need to deny. So once we click add, okay, now you can see it denied in here, but it's not going to work because the rule come from the top will take the first place. Now let's do that again. I'm going to exit clear CLS. I'm going to SSH again and see. You can see I still able to SSH because we already create a rule. So why? Because the the whatever the first rule will take the first place. So it's allow. So you don't care about deny thing. So what we need to do is, because we already have a allow deny one, so we need to delete this. So I'm going to delete this. Now you can see port 22 is denied in here, and also 22 version 6 is allowed. You know what, we don't need that too, right? We're going to safely remove that. Now we can see in the first place we have RDP session, because I cannot disable RDP session, deny RDP session, because I'm using to record this video. So that's why I RDP to this system. And now the second one is TCP deny. Sorry, SSH is denied. Okay. So now let's do the test. I'm going to use this because I will SSH my recent one, so it should be still there. I'm going to do exit. Okay. I'm going to do a clear CLS. Now I'm going to do a SSH. So you can see it's still like waiting period, and I'm not able to SSH again because we create a rule and deny to the SSH. See in here, we deny. So now the firewall block the SSH. It's denying. You can see it's denied. Now let's do enable again. Going to put this away. Actually, let's keep that deny so we can do a different one. Okay. So let's go again here. Let's do a simple one now. Okay. So simple one is simple. The name means simple. So I just take, maybe I'm going to put a different name, SSH this then allow from IT, okay, whatever the name you can put. And I'm going to say allow direction in, and you can use in or out both, but I'm going to say in protocol going to use TCP, or you can use the both. Okay, port 22. So now this will allow it. Okay, now if I close, you can see that TCP deny and TCP allow. As you can see, we don't need to keep the deny one because the first one will take the first place. So I'm going to remove this deny thing. Okay, now allow is here. I'm going to version 6. I'm going to remove version 6. So now we have, get this the name SSH allow from IT. So if you come to the rules section, if you see the name, rule name, and if you see that SSH is allow, and if you see the name SSH allow from IT, then you have some idea, okay, this is IT people or the help desk people allow the SSH. So you know it's something done by from someone else, from not from your team, right? So let's go ahead and try to SSH again. Now you can see the first one was deny. Now we able to SSH. It was successful, right? So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to say correct. We able to give access to SSH. Now how about the next one is in here advanced, right? So advanced is name say advanced is advanced, right? So normally in here, I'm not going to normally what you can do from here, you can, when you click this one, it come to advanced, so you can copy everything back to advanced. Normally here we can say allow from my IP. So this is the advanced stuff we can do. We can say, okay, only this IP address, okay, from port able to access SSH, only this one, not anything else. If coming from here, this IP address, something different IP address, they are denying. Okay, so if I write it down correctly, the from address, okay, so from address we can put 192.168 and 6.183 port 22. So this one over here only have access. If you coming from this one, is going to be denied. So only the IP address of this IP address can SSH. If you're coming from a different IP address, it's going to be denied. So this is how you can do advanced firewall configuration.